This video is for the second part of our exercise 4. Here are some necessary preparation for the files, which is here. This is a directory where my project is, the var file, which is also the directory of the software Eclipse. So we are going to use all of these jar files as the compiler for the project, which will be provided in the announcement later. And secondly, this is the database we created before in exercise 2 and 3. We are going to use it as well. So in this project, we are going to see how to use the website page to do the operations on the remote server, the database in the remote server. Okay, so this is the web page I just opened. We will use the setting in the part 1 of the exercise 4, the same setting to run it. Then the web page showed up. So this corresponds to the web page showing in our user site, alright? But it is using some connections in the middle to connect with the remote database. So let's try one function, list all people. See, this is the content which is in the remote database. Of course, this database is currently running on our local server, but in most cases, it will be running on the remote server. So this kind of web page is written by the JSP file, right? Which is here. So in the JSP file, we can see we can have some commands that will be passed to the connector, the control servlet here later after we click on the button. Alright, and for example, if we click on the list of people, in the get action part, because the action is not set up yet, so it will go directly to the default setting in the switch statement to list the people, to call the function list the people. And in this function, we create a new object and call the method in that object and pass this object to the JSP file. In that P file, it runs this statement to output all the attributes in this object. Okay, that's why we can see all of these contents showing here. And another function is to add a new people. For example, let's type some random letters. See, this is a new person we just added. The action is here. So by clicking on the edit, the connector finds the condition of the edit and run into the show edit form. And the show edit form, of course, this is another JSP file in where we can see the web page is totally different, because I use the peopleform.jsp here for that web page. Okay, and by using the forward, we can pass all the change to the server. Of course, we can do the delete as well. Delete and edit, which is the same JSP file defined in people form. So as you can see, basically the user side, we can use the web page to control all of the contents on the remote server through all of these files: Java, JSP, HTML, JavaScript programs. And another important thing I want to mention again is you need to put all these compiler, the jar files, into the lib in this directory, as I showed at the beginning in the folder here. And one more thing, you can because you want to do some operation on the object itself. So every time when you do the operation to change the object attributes, you need to connect to the server to make it happen, and use this kind of statement to call to let the server know which kind of attributes you want to change or delete. Okay. This function, you can use the previously defined the connect function in our access 2 and 3 to call it in every operations in this people DAO. I think it corresponds to the data access layer. Alright, that's pretty much everything. Thank you for watching.